what we're going to be teaching is reincarnation. Reincarnation is real, man. It's been real since the day of time, man. Since Adam and Eve, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, reincarnation, us coming back on Earth. You know what I'm saying? To redo and do over again. It's been to the day of time, right? So reincarnation is real, and ISUPK got the answers, and only ISUPK. You understand? Right. Christianity is a house of Satan. They don't know what they're talking about. They think that, you know, they're going to go up into the sky and fly around with angels and God and sing out of trumpets and you know, and do all those things. You understand? That's not true. That's not true. You're going to be put back on Earth. You understand? If you were evil, you're going to be punished for that. You understand? If you was a good person, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be okay. You understand? So that's why you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying, technically, you know, think that you out here and can do and live like you YOLO. You know what I'm saying? Like, this your only life. You know what I'm saying? This is not your only life. You've been here before, time after time again. You understand? And I'm going to prove it in the Bible. You understand? So what we're going to get first is Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. We're going to get that. You understand? We're going to jump it off there. Because what we got to really understand is, you know, you got to remember that, you know, Moses, man, he told us what would happen to us, and it happened. And you didn't even realize it. Like, it straight up happened. We went into slavery. That happened. He told us. He told us, man, and we didn't listen. We still wanted to sin and do this and that with our lives. And guess what? Now we on every corner killing ourselves, and the pastors and the preachers to get money off of it and don't give a damn about black people. They don't give a damn about black people. You know what I'm saying? They here to sell you up the river, man. Just like the Sadducees and the Pharisees did to brothers and sisters back in the day, man. They only here to get $1, man. They ain't here to help you with nothing, man. You know, I know time after time again, you know, you think your pastor and this and that is here to help you in your marriages. That's not the case, man. She's sleeping with your wife, all right? You understand? I mean, he's sleeping with your wife. You understand? Or vice versa. Yeah. You got women preachers these days. But you got that?
Come on.
Reincarnation is real, man.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all these commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And it's going to overtake you. So who's this talking right now? Who's saying this?
Moses.
Moses saying this to who?
The Israelites.
Where at?
I know it was after it came out. The Red Sea was part. Was it in the wilderness?
Yeah, it was in the wilderness. Yeah, correct. It was in the wilderness. He telling these people, if you don't obey what these such commandments, then all these curses is going to overtake you. He's telling these people this. These exact people. He's like, I'm standing right in front of you. Like if I say, hey, Iraq, if you don't do this, all these curses are going to overtake you. He's saying this to these people. You understand? Go ahead, read on. Go to Deuteronomy 30 and 1, Baba Kashab. Go to Deuteronomy 30 and 1. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get reincarnation. Reincarnation is real and is at full effect right now. This is not your first time on earth. It's not going to, and then it ain't going to be your last. How about that? You understand? It ain't going to be your last. You understand? I will say this, though. Excuse me. I will say this. Our oppressor, one day it is going to be his last time on earth. And that's the only race. And that's in the Bible. But you, even if you wicked, you're going to come back. Blacks and Hispanics and Indians and all the other races too. You understand? You got that?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
Right, and where the Lord driven us, man. You understand? Where the Lord put us at now. You understand? And go ahead.
I was scattered in the four corners of the earth.
Right, where name me some of the spots.
So all over South America, North America, we're in Africa, Europe, China, or Asia.
And then also you gotta remember, Moses telling the Lord saying, look, man, you're gonna be put in this situation, not in the bodies that you in now, but in another generation. You understand? Because you got to realize people already knew how long they was going to live for and whatnot and this and that. And it was looking like, okay, they ain't going to be me.
Right.
I don't give a damn. But they don't realize that, or they didn't care to realize that it's going to be another time where you're going to come back. And you're going to be a newborn baby on them slave ships. And then getting ripped from your mother's arms. You understand? And right. This and that. And that was you. Moses was talking about. You understand? I'm going to read on. I don't want to spoil it right now. But go ahead.
Verse 2. And shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice.
And when it said coming to, what it say again? Read again.
And shalt return unto the Lord thy God.
Now read up a couple of verses.
Verse 1?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 30:1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations.
And, call them to mind above all the nations. What that mean? Go ahead.
Like, we'll remember all of the blessings and the curses that we have and had.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the things that we did and all the things that we did wrong, man. You're gonna know all the things that you did wrong, and then you're gonna be amongst all the heathen doing it. You're gonna be in slavery. You understand? You're gonna be in remembrance of it now. Now we in remembrance of it now.
Right.
But when was this? This was back in the day, right? When he was saying this, right?
God.
Way before, even before Christ.
Right. Originally.
This was before Christ, and he's saying what was going to happen to us, me, the sister, you understand? He was saying what was going to happen to us.
Right.
Is that not reincarnation or what? Or are we going to keep on going? Because some people still don't believe. Is y'all getting it? I'm losing y'all, or y'all getting it?
Kind of.
Y'all getting it? Okay. If y'all don't get it, I'll slow it down and break it down to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because it is kind of powerful and hard to get. But once you know this, man, once you know this, reincarnation is real, then guess what? You won't be a whore. You won't be a sellout. You won't give a damn about money on this earth. You won't give it. You know who care about money on this earth? Your preachers. That was supposed to be bid into the marriage. You understand? That we're gonna get into that later. They supposed to be rightfully leading us to the marriage and leading us to the kingdom of heaven. But Guess what? They not, because they care about money. They care about all the things that they lust after. They care about women. They care about, cars, clothes, stocks, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You understand? So we done on that. Let's get Exodus. If I'm going too fast, please, because I can't go too fast now, all right? So please tell me to slow down, all right, Rock?
Okay.
All right, throw it. Give me Exodus 34, verse 7. You understand? We're going to get reincarnation is real, man. Reincarnation. The same people on this earth right now, you got your Sadducees and Pharisees. Let me see who's those. Who's the Sadducees and Pharisees to right now? What the time we living in?
The pastors in the churches.
The pastors in the churches. You understand? How do you know that, man? Because they come up against Christ.
Right.
They go against all what Christ talked about, all what the Lord talked about. That's what the Sadducees and Pharisees was talking about. And Christ was about his what? Father business. You understand?
Okay.
And that's what they do right now. And what Sadducees and Pharisees all about as well. Money. We're gonna get all that. We're gonna get all that. All right. Please. Let's get it. This kind of a long one, so I really want to, you know what I'm saying, speed through it a little bit. Exodus chapter 34, verse 7.
The book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 7. Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will be by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto the third and to the fourth generation.
Somebody break that down.
I actually had a question about that.
Go ahead.
So I understand that this is about reincarnation. So does this almost imply that we come back 3 to 4 generations?
Yeah, exactly. And that implies that you come back 3 to 4 generations, which is you, your grandfather, your great grandfather, somewhere in between that time, your great grandfather, somewhere in between that time, that was you. I won't get stuck on it and be like, oh, well, what was I? You know what I mean? You was in slavery. That's what you was doing.
Right.
You was picking cotton. You was getting shit, you know what I'm saying? You was obeying too. You wasn't a tough guy. And you know how you know? You know how I know that you wasn't a tough guy in slavery? And you wanted to live more than to beat the oppressor up because of the simple fact you're here right now. You understand? Because you're here right now because they put them shackles on you and you obeyed. Right. Plain and simple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of.
You obeyed. That's it. You know, if you would have been like, forget this, man, you know, you know what I'm saying? You would have never had a generation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You would have never had a generation. You know what I'm saying? You come back, but you would have never had a long line of a generation. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
What do you mean by that?
What?
You want to
so what I'm saying is, if you would have never obeyed, right?
Right.
You wouldn't be here. You obeyed by you being here. That means you listen. They put them shackles on your great grandfather,
right,
which was you. You understand? And now you're here to this day.
Okay.
All right, you get it, or you want me to explain more?
No, I got it.
Are you sure?
Okay.
All right, okay, cool. All right, no sweat. All right, go ahead though. 34 and verse 7.
You want me to read it again?
Yeah, please.
Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin.
Yeah.
And that will be by no means clear the guilty.
And the Lord said, like, by no means, he won't clear the guilty. So with that being said, you understand, how is he going to punish somebody that's going to be, you know, like what Christians think, right? You go to hell or heaven when you die, which is not true.
Right.
I mean, the average person should know by now that it's not true and it's all fabricated and lies, because you can look up where the concept of hell came from. You understand that it came from that came from religion. You
right.
Understand? That came from, I'll bring it up later. That's another topic of heaven and hell. And of course we got that too, you know what I'm saying? The breakdowns of that. But that is totally fake, you understand? Okay. So with that being said, where do you go? You go up to the Most High to get judged, to put back on earth.
Right.
You understand? third or fourth generation into your family line. Now you think about it, you say, oh well, how long I'm up there for? Well, guess what? In the Most High time, right? In his, you know what I'm saying, his space, you understand, he it takes at least like a day is like 1,000 years to him. You know what I'm saying? So that's short to him.
Right.
You understand? That's short to him. You feel me? So yeah, let's get more on that though. All right. I don't want to get too off track. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. So now like he's gonna repay you in your third or fourth generation. So that means you're gonna be back put on earth. That's what that means, right?
Okay.
Or what else would it mean? How else he gonna pay you in your third or fourth generation if he already sent you to hell forever and ever and ever?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Why would he pay you back in the third or fourth generation? If that's the case, he pay you back in that one generation. You get what I'm saying? That's how you know hell is not real. Hell is not real where you go underground. You get my point? Okay. Read it again real quick, Baba Shah.
Exodus 34:7. Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin. And that will be by no means clear the guilty.
By no means clear the guilty. Go ahead.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, and unto the third and to the fourth generation.
Yeah, and unto the third or fourth generation. Because that's who that person is. Coming back on earth. Third to fourth generation. Let me get Isaiah 14 and 21.
14 and 21?
Yeah. Yep. Man, once you learn reincarnation, like I said, man, like you will learn that, you will learn, man, that, you shouldn't mess it up for no other generation, for yourself. Don't mess it up for yourself in this generation for whatever you want in life. Because of a woman, because of a car, because of your ox, because of your, your property, because of anything else, knowing that you're going to be put back on earth to pay, what you should have paid while you was living, you should want to do right. That's all I'm saying. Do right this time. Don't wait for it, man. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
For who?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquities of their fathers. Why they gotta pay for what their fathers done?
Because it was them at one time.
Exactly, man. Because that's the same people.
Right.
These people, like how you got the average, Caucasian that walk around, right, and say, "Oh, that wasn't me."
Right.
They basically they don't even want to say that was their forefathers, but at the end of the day, you have to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was your people. That was your forefathers.
Right.
So what did it say? If that was your forefathers, then what?
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquity of their fathers. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. For the sins of their fathers, because something is in this Bible that we don't really realize, and it's called reincarnation. And they literally is the same people. They the same people that took that same white man that's walking around you right now is the same man that snatched you away from your mother and your father. 25, 35, 35, nigga sold. You understand? That was that same white man that say he ain't had nothing to do with it. You did. You just benefited from it now.
Right.
Especially the ones that's on top right now. They had something to do with it. They got wealth in the family throughout the generations from How did you get that wealth?
Right.
How are you going back 8 generations from wealth and you ain't had nothing to do with slavery? No, that was you. So you look at these rich people, man, and poor people, because you know what I'm saying, rich people can get poor quick.
Right.
You understand? Like people be like, oh, I don't got nothing. No, you had some, and y'all was the worst ones. Actually, you was the worst ones. You understand? Because imagine what you would do if you see a nigga, you know what I'm saying, walking down the street, you understand, and you poor. What would you do? And you had all the ability and freedom to do whatever you want to that nigga or that nigga woman. Go ahead.
So like sir, so the I can't remember where it is, but the scripture that says that they have a perpetual hatred for us, you know, even from the womb. That's tied in with this, yes, because reincarnation. I mean,
yeah, you could, yeah. You can say that. You can say that, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They had a perpetual hatred against us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an ongoing thing. Like, you know, Cain and Abel. You know what I'm saying? Right. And Esau and Jacob. You know, right. That's a perpetual hatred right there. Esau had a perpetual hatred, man. It don't stop, and it ain't gonna never stop. You know what I'm saying? That you can put that in there with that, but I just want to be more on to reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's you ain't wrong when you said that. You know what I'm saying? Where we at?
Isaiah 14 and 21.
So once again, go ahead, yeah. And then also he said, prepare slaughter so his kids won't rise. So that man that did that won't rise again. Right. The ones that set up to slavery won't rise again. Because if you allow, because reincarnation is real, right? So if you say, okay, forget about it, that was your forefathers, and you leave the kids alone, you don't realize that little thing, that little, you know, that little whatever, yeah, you know, that little devil, you know, is right. Who his father was. Right. At one point. That put you in slavery. So you think that he's gonna take it easy on you when he rise up and, you know, and grow up to understand that he's better than you, which he's not, but that's what he think. Right. Because reincarnation, you're gonna do what your forefathers do. Just like what we gonna do what our forefathers do. If my father was a Sadducee and Pharisees, I would be against Christ. I would not be an ISUPK. You understand? You won't find your own soul is a witness to who you are. You're gonna find out who you are. If you lead the truth, you're gonna find out who you are. And that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? So let's get Matthew 22 and 1. Matthew 22 and 1. Baba Bashar.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 1. And Jesus answered and spake unto them again by parables and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come.
Shalom. Yep. So read it again. We about to get into who we are. We about to get into who these Christians is and who we are. You understand? We in Matthew 22 and 1. Go ahead.
You want me to start with 1 or 2?
Start with 1. Go ahead.
Kind of what kind?
Salaki,
verse 1. And Jesus answered and spake unto them again by parables and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come.
So who was bidden to the wedding? Just like the Levites had a promise to always, no matter what, be, you understand, bidden to be a priest. You understand? And now these Christians, they bidden too. Like they supposed to be able to lead us to salvation. You understand? To the Most High. They supposed to let us know how to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and make sure that, you know, the Lord is with us. But guess what? For 400 years or longer than that, matter of fact, longer than that, they haven't. You understand? They haven't did what they supposed to do. They didn't bring us to the wedding so we can get married to Christ. They ain't bring us to the marriage. You understand? So go ahead, read again.
And Jesus answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were hidden, that were bidden to the wedding. And
who was his servants? Who was his servants?
Priests and prophets.
And who's the priests and prophets that he's talking about though? Because they wouldn't come.
Why should we Israel?
No. It's right now. It's talking about the pastors, the leadership, the Sadducees and Pharisees that wouldn't come to the marriage.
Okay.
That wouldn't come to the marriage. They didn't want to come. Why they didn't want to come?
Because they thought that their lives was more important.
With what? What they had going on?
They was getting money, getting women.
Exactly. Now come on.
You want verse 4?
Yeah.
Verse 4. Again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner.
Tell them that which is supposed to bring the guest, which is us, you know what I'm saying, to the marriage. Tell them. Go ahead, read it again.
Again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, and my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage.
So the Lord, so Christ like, come on. And the Lord said, come on, man. You know, this marriage is ready.
Right.
We ready right now. But you about to find out who's going to make an excuse to not come and who ain't going to make an excuse. And that's what we got to do as priests and prophets, not make no excuses. That's why we live by that. No excuses.
Right.
So go ahead, read on.
But they made light of it and went there.
See, they made light of it.
Right.
So that's who?
The
Sadducees and Pharisees, which is the Christian church today.
Right.
They make light of everything. They make light of eating pork. They make light of doing what they got to do for blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. They make light of everything that God say do. They don't obey God. They make light of it. They don't listen. You listen to the first thing that God say do. If he say jump, goddamn jump.
Right.
It's a marriage, right?
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
But they made light of it.
You're supposed to listen to your husband. And that's a metaphor too, man. You women out there, you listen to your man. Listen to whoever you screwing. Listen to that man. You understand? Listen to who you married to, man. Unless it's a sin. You understand? Go ahead.
But they made light of it.
They made light of it. They don't give a damn about what Christ is talking about, what God is talking about, and what they have to do. And you know they in charge of Israel. Time after time, we have failed because our leaders is nothing.
Right.
They want to sin, so we sin. We go off. We can't go off, right? You realize how critical this is? Okay. And if you want a place in Israel, you better do what the Lord say do.
Right.
I don't give a damn if you're the last one standing. You better do what the Lord say do.
Right.
Because you're going to be, if you don't want to be in hell no more, somebody got to listen. Go ahead.
and went their ways, one to his farm and another to his merchandise.
Ooh, and that's what Christianity do, right? They went to they farm, they made an excuse. Oh, I gotta go take care of my sheep. I gotta go take care of my ox. I gotta go tend to my house. I gotta go tend to my what they got now these days? My properties, my real estate. I gotta go tend to that. They made a what? They did say it again.
They made light
of it. Yeah, go ahead.
But they made light of it. And went their ways. When they supposed to meet the Most High to get married. You understand? Meaning to come together. For all the sickos out there, oh, we married to the Most High, so who's gonna be sex involved? No, to come together and be one with the Most High, one with Christ and the Most High. You understand? So go ahead, Salakia. One to his farm, another to his merchandise.
One to his farm and one to his merchandise. You understand? The sellers. I gotta go to I got a store. I got things to sell. What do you do with merchandise? Sell it. Exactly. And what do the Sadducees and Pharisees always do? They ain't about the Lord business. They will always want to sell something, huh? Right. They always want to sell something, right or wrong. Why did Christ beat them out the temple? Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? They was just selling and ain't doing nothing with what the Lord say do. Right. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing nothing what the Lord say do. They all about money. Right. It was all about money, and when the Lord see that, man, he get very angry about it. Right. Because that's your God when you're all about money. Right. You lead the truth because of money. Well, I can't go to camp because I gotta go to, I'm gonna pick up this extra shift because I want to make an extra $80. That's on the lower scale of things, but a lot of people do that. I've seen a lot of brothers do that, and they lead the truth after that. Because they can't handle, you know what I'm saying, substituting and lowering themselves for God. You know what I'm saying? When we know damn well we're gonna get the kingdom. Right. You know what I'm saying? So any more on it? Y'all get where it's going though? Like how this connecting with the Sadducees and Pharisees is the Christians today. Right. And now it's about to connect to us being a certain people back in the day too. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the remnant took his servants, and he treated them spitefully, and slew them. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies, and destroyed those murderers, and burned up their city. Then saith he to his servants.
So, like, look, Christ said he about to get rid of the people that were supposed to be in charge. He about to get rid of them now. Right. He about to destroy all of it. And he about to raise somebody else up. You understand? Go ahead.
So the reason why that the Sadducees and Pharisees, well, obviously the reason why they were invited is because, like, obviously because they're Israel, but also because they were given like a gift to be able to speak to a people of persuasion in a certain way. Because like I read,
no, the Sadducees, the Pharisees, supposed to be the leaders of Israel. They was the leaders of Israel, and then when God said these people, they was being wicked. So that's why Christ was on the scene. Christ came on the scene to show them how to do it, because all Israel was destroyed because of these Sadducees and Pharisees. Remind you, they was eating pork behind goddamn fig, right. You know what I'm saying, trees and all that. It was doing things that they ain't supposed to be doing, but cutting your head off because you doing the same goddamn thing, which they told you that you could do, basically. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Just like now, you know what I'm saying, they want to talk about whores and prostitution in the Christian church, but it ain't nothing but hoes and prostitution and pimps in the goddamn Christian church. But
Right.
they'll cut your head off about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They the same people that, you know, was back then. The Sadducees and Pharisees is right now who the Sadducees and Pharisees is? Christianity and Muslims. That's the biggest religion. That's the two biggest religions. Sadducees and Pharisees was the two big religions back when Christ was on the scene. Understand?
Okay.
So now it ain't a coincidence. You understand? That's real. You know what I'm saying? And it's just under a different name now. They don't call it Sadducees and Pharisees. It's Christianity and Muslims. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all know anything about Muslims, that's a big population of black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we made that thing pop, especially in Philly and the East Coast and all that.
Right.
You understand? That's a big thing in Israel. You know what I'm saying? That we shouldn't follow. But what I'm saying is that they the same people. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
did that answer your question? Or
Okay.
if it didn't, just let me know, because it can get confusing. So go ahead.
No, I understand. Verse 8. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy.
They that which was bidden, they that was in charge is not worthy. Just like now, Christianity, they ain't worthy. You sit next to TD Jakes and who the Lord gonna pick?
Lord willing.
No, the Lord is gonna pick you out, or he ain't gonna pick nobody. Because TD Jakes is not the answer.
Right.
You better make your election sure out.
Right.
You understand? Don't ever say that. You way better than TD Jakes. I know I am.
Okay.
I know for a fact I'm better than TD Jakes.
Right.
Creflo Dollar. Whoever the hell you want to listen to. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm better than all of them.
Right.
I'm gonna still humble myself down when the Lord show up, but I'm
Right.
better than them. Lord, gotta know that.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
It's not the, sorry, if Israel would
You
just
pull me up again, Rosa.
if Israel would just understand that statement you made, you said you're better than them.
Yeah.
And they have to understand that when you say better than them, you're not talking about financially, because that's all they ever see. You know, it's like, oh, how can he be better than TD Jakes? Because TD Jakes got a big house and he got 32 cars, and you know, but TD Jakes is the same person who said that it's all right for homosexuality to exist in the church. So,
and that's why I'm better than them, because I will never say that to somebody. I will never say that homosexuality is okay. But you know what? Who will do that?
Christian.
Yeah, and Sadducees and Pharisees. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all, as many as they found.
Say it again. Now, hold on. You can't mix that. You read too fast a little bit. Slow it down. Bubba Kashuk. Go ahead. Read it again.
So those servants went out into the highways.
No, up above that.
So like verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as
above
many,
that a little bit. Above that.
Verse 8. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
And go ahead.
So those servants went out into the highways.
Where's the highways and byways? Where we was found. Where you was found out. The highways and byways where you was found. And guess what? Because guess what? The people that was bidding, that was supposed to be in charge, ain't worthy.
Right.
So he told the servants, you go to the highways and byways. and tell whoever to fill this room up, to fill it up, man, because it was empty. Because nobody was worthy at the time. Because why? Because our Christian leaders. Nobody's worthy. Sadducees and Pharisees led people astray.
Right.
So the wedding was empty. So you got to fill the wedding up, right? You don't want no empty wedding.
Right.
So guess what he did to the people that was supposed to bring people to the wedding, and they didn't want to go. Remember why they didn't want to go?
Because they were too caught up in their own life.
Exactly. And now, what the Lord saying?
You go.
The servants
Tells the servants to go into the highways
and byways to bring in whoever, not whoever, but good and bad. And you're gonna read that. Go ahead. I hope I ain't losing y'all, man. Please tell me if I am. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this over for you. Go ahead.
So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good.
Both what?
Bad and good.
What, we bad and wicked as hell?
Yeah.
Ooh, we. I don't gotta say it. We ain't gotta say it now. We ain't gotta say what we used to do. But it was at a point. Is at the point now where he's gathering bad and good. You understand? People that live. There's some brothers and sisters that necessarily didn't even did this and that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's some people that was bad and still went. We got everything up in here. We got everything up in here. But guess what? We right now, or if you ain't right, we're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna have to get the hell out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we know that we got a good reputation. That's all I know. ISUPK got a good reputation of following Christ. Because once you follow Christ, which is ISUPK, then you can't hang with this much righteousness, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. You think I'm gonna let that slide? You think I'm gonna let you do something evil, wicked? You ain't gonna let me do nothing evil and wicked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. So this whole marriage is about us coming together with Christ and the Lord all together. You understand it? That's one. It's a one body scripture too. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be as one, not a party over here and a party over here.
Right.
Not a marriage over here and then a marriage over here. He said all come together in this one place.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together as many as they found, both bad and good.
Both what?
Bad and good.
Exactly.
And the wedding was furnished with guests.
It was what?
Furnished with guests.
It was furnished with guests. Not before, because they didn't want to do nothing. They said they had things to do. You hear me?
Okay.
The ones that was bidden to the marriage that was supposed to be over Israel had things to do. And who got things to do now? Creflo Dollar, TD Jakes. They go to the Christian church and they go do what they got to do. But do they actually absolutely let you know the law and statute commandments? No. Do they make sure you righteous? No. Do they make sure that you ready for the Lord when he come back? No. This is what Christ was talking about 4,000 years ago. Right? These same people is what he was looking at. I'm trying to tell you that this is a reincarnation of the Sadducees and Pharisees. You understand? Go ahead.
And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he saith unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment?
Who is that? Who didn't come ready to the wedding? Who didn't come ready in their garment? Who didn't come ready walking and talking like a goddamn Israelite and like ISUPK, man? I just gave it to you down there, but who did?
IUIC.
No. We'll
Like,
no. Okay, go ahead.
someone that wasn't actually following the law, statutes, and commandments the way that they're supposed to.
Right. Someone that know about the truth. Someone that know about the truth, but or someone that came into the truth, ISUPK, and then left out, and then they coming back in naked, coming back in, coming back in, not dressed like UPK, not talking like UPK. Remember, he called him a friend. Like, listen, friend, why you coming around like this, man? You was once in the UPK. Now you're not. Go ahead.
Could that also be like a metaphor referencing back to Adam and Eve when they dressed themselves with fig leaves, because it was the dressing of a different culture?
Yeah, but we don't want to get too. I get what you're saying, but we don't want to get too off. You know what I'm saying? Topic. But yeah. But for the most part, this is talking about people that came to the truth and then left the truth, which they damn near did. They did. Matter of fact, they did. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can say that, but I'm sticking to the topic that, you know what I'm saying? But I know. But y'all get where I'm coming from, right? How all the, tell me if I'm going too fast, though. You know what I'm saying? But read it again, please. Read it again. Read it one more time.
And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he saith unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless.
He ain't had nothing to say. Who gonna say something after that? You know damn well you're supposed to stick into the UPK and follow and do what the Lord told you to do. But now you come in here. And this is for every fake Israelite too, right? That want to say, oh, we can do what we want to do, wear fringes on our t-shirt, we'll do this and that, believe in any doctrine. Read that again, man. Read that again. What Christ gonna say? What the king gonna say?
You want me to start from 11?
Yeah. From friend, yeah.
Oh, from friend?
Yeah, above that, right?
And he said unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment?
Not having a wedding garment with fringes on. You got fringes on your t-shirt. Go ahead.
And he was speechless.
That's what fake Israelites gonna find out. They're gonna be speechless. You understand?
Right.
They're gonna be speechless. Go ahead, sis.
So, okay, sir. So he asked him that question, but wouldn't that individual be covered under both good and bad that came in?
No. Because they got them together before they came to the wedding. You're gonna get together before you get to the wedding, right? To make sure you good and dress good and know. And this is a metaphor that's not really talking about dressing. It's talking about your whole law, statute, commandments. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I want to put out. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, okay. He said he got them from the street, good and bad. Before he got to the wedding, though, they dressed them up how they supposed to be dressed. And let them know what you need to do and what you don't need to do. What you don't need to do is put fringes on the bottom of your t-shirt. And I'm gonna tell. I ain't gonna bring you into no place and you dressing the opposite. I'm gonna be like, listen, you got that on. Let's go over here real quick before we go into this building and go into this marriage.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure you dressed up good. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So one way you can kind of think of it is that individual is like a wedding crasher where he almost just showed up last minute to be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be here, but is it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because you know what, a wedding crasher tries to blend in with the with the party basically.
Right.
and they put up an entire front, Uncle Bill's kid. Or
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's basically what that, the individual is that doesn't have a proper garment, a proper wedding garment.
Yeah, you can say that, but this is most talking about like, people that was in charge that's not in charge no more, and then they try to come back acting like they this and that, and they not even. Come on, friend, like you're not even dressing in a attire that we used to do. You're not even acting like how we used to act. You're totally different right now. You're coming back totally different, and that's not okay. So you gotta go. You throwing this marriage off. So you leave the truth and think that you can. Just know this: if you leave the truth and think that it's another truth, you're gonna be them people that come in and not ready and not have the garment that you need to have. And I say it's a metaphor. I said fringes on the bottom of a t-shirt. It don't really mean fringes on the bottom of a t-shirt. It don't really mean garment. It just mean what you put on and how you live and what you do. You know what I'm saying? It don't really mean like garment. It don't really mean that.
No,
it's a parable.
Right.
Anything a parable is not what it seems, but it's trying to bring, something to your mind and make you understand. Because we black folks, we talking metaphors all day long. Everybody know what Lil Wayne talking about. He talking, all his lyrics is metaphors. Go ahead, sis.
So, like, would it be that they absolutely know the truth and just they won't walk in it? They won't. They know, like some of those other people, they know the truth because the truth was at One West, but then they left. So now it's time for them to come back, but they don't want to come back and still do what they're supposed to do in the absolute truth. They want to do what they did in ISUPK, and you can't do that.
I'm gonna just say this: it's pretty much too late for them. It's a sad situation for these people. It's a sad situation for these people, and it's too late. It's too late for them. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they come back right now. You know what I'm saying? You make it right, but like, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, it's gonna be too late for people gonna want to do it at the last minute. You remember? You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying about the what's the metaphor about the bridegrooms and the candle.
How there'll be like 7 women.
Exactly.
7 women
holding. It was a lot of them. It was too late for them. They wanted, but they was playing around. You can't play around too much, man. Stop playing around with the Lord, man. You got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? All the thing that you want in this world, man, you got to let it go, man. You know what I'm saying? That's plain and simple, man. If I get into it, man, it'll be for days. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. Any more on that? You got to let it go, man. Let it go. Go ahead. Y'all getting it from now? Y'all getting it? The whole thing? Like, huh? Okay.
Verse 13. Then said the king to the servants, bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness.
Yeah. He can't be in the truth now. It's talking about the one that wasn't ready. It's talking about the one that was bidden to the marriage, and then, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So with that being said, so like, what you're saying is once you come into the UPK though, then once you fall, like there is no bouncing back. Like if, like for example, Lord forbid, a brother that starts off in the UPK and then goes to IUIC, and then it's like, okay, now I've experienced that this isn't the truth. Let me try to get back into the UPK. Now I understand.
Because this is talking about like, right? You know what I'm saying? When you know that, that's not the case. No. Let's finish that later, right?
Okay.
Hold that thought real quick. Go to Matthew 22:6.
The book of Matthew. Oh, you said 22 and 6.
Yeah.
I went to 23. So
No, that's
the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 6. And the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them.
Go to 8.
Verse 8. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy.
Oh, you already read that, right?
Okay.
All right, no sweat. Go to 10.
Verse 10. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests.
Damn right, and that's what we doing, man. We filling this house up. We filling this house up,
right,
and making them all as one, man. Because guess what? Our leaders didn't do that. Our leaders didn't go out there and go get the bad and good and bring them in. You understand? So go to Matthew 13. Baba Gashar.
13 black.
Yeah, 13 and 1, I believe. Yeah. 13 and 1, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, once again, reincarnation is real, man. You gotta see with these stories though, right? You have to compare it to now, right or wrong. Just like Deuteronomy 28 and 68, when he said that we were going to ships. He was talking to those people that Moses was talking about, that Moses was telling. Moses was telling these people they were going to ships, right? Into the land that they don't know. And who went into the land that they don't know? Did those people go into the land that they don't know? Or did you? Or did you? You understand? It was us. We was the people that went on ships. You was on that boat.
Right.
All right. Do you physically understand that in your mind? You was on them boats.
You know
what I'm saying? Like, that's what you got to understand. Or maybe your mother was on that boat. It took a year to get here, right? Now, how long it took it to get here? Somebody look that up. How long it took?
3 or 4 month journey.
Yeah, like it took some time, but maybe you was fresh out the womb on an auction block. You know what I'm saying? And that was you. That was you coming out, sis. That was you. And you had to be in the in the cotton fields and in the house and whatnot.
2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months. Yeah, man. That was us, man. How messed up is that though? Knowing that was you. Knowing that was you. What you gonna do for it? Are you gonna smoke crack? Are you gonna be on weed? That's what they gave to you.
Right.
Are you gonna be better than who you are now? Knowing that you was on those ships, knowing that you was in slavery, picking cotton. I was picking cotton. I already know I was. I was picking cotton, getting my back beat out. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. But knowing that makes me not want to do what the white man wants me to do. And what's that? Rob a bank. Go punch a white man in the face so I can go get years. I'm going to do this. I'm going to teach the truth. And I'm going to teach it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? The best way I can. You understand? And y'all understand it. And y'all teach it to y'all people. And this and that. And may this truth go on. You understand? But Matthew 13.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on, Salakia. Matthew 22 and 10. Was you done on that?
I haven't read it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go read it. Read it again, please.
Book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 10. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found.
Yeah.
Both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests.
Yeah.
Verse 11. And when the king came into this,
no, go ahead, take time.
And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment.
Go ahead, read.
And he saith unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Go ahead.
For many are called, but few are chosen.
Many are called, but few are chosen. So the ones that's even called, man, the ones that even came into this truth, ain't gonna make it. Make your election sure, right? You understand? That's what you do. Women gonna try to get you out this truth, right? Your mother, your sister, your father, your brother, your wife, your other wife, your whatever you want to have. You better make sure your election's sure. I don't give a damn. I'm sitting in a cardboard box. I'm gonna serve the Lord. Right. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Watch me. And still be clean too. I ain't gonna be dirty. Still be clean too. You know what I'm saying? That's it on that though?
Okay.
All right, let me get Luke 14 and 16.
So like you didn't want Matthew 13:1?
Oh, go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 1. The same day went Jesus out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship.
This is the same situation. This is another scripture, right? Go ahead.
So that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among the thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Right. Hey, let me tell you something too. These are metaphors, right? Right?
Okay.
They say Lil Wayne is the best. Christ is the best, goddammit. You understand? Right. Let me tell you something. Right. You know what I'm saying? Christ is the best. Yo, Christ is the best, man. He did it before Lil Wayne.
Right.
With some real things, too. Oh. He had bars, too. He had bars, man. Listen, he told you who is the type of people that will follow the truth all throughout that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I know Christians look at past that like, oh, it's just something to talk about. No, that's talking about how they gonna, you know what I'm saying, listen to us and follow the truth. You know what I'm saying? Read it again. No, read below it and get the full understanding of it. It's below it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him.
He said what?
Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Why speak parables unto them?
He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he has.
Let's get down to him breaking down what that means.
Does it start at 15 or 14?
Go to Luke 14 and 16.
Luke 14 and 16?
Yeah, please. Once again, man, the Christ got the best metaphors. You understand? Like, and when he was talking about the sowers, he was talking about, people listening to the truth and getting ate up by people that wanted you to get ate up because they didn't want you to listen to the truth. And when you're on them corners, man, and listening to these priests and prophets like ISUPK, nobody else, then you better listen to them brothers, man. They're gonna lead you to victory. We gonna lead Black people and Hispanics and Native American Indians to victory, man.
That's right.
We're gonna lead you straight to victory.
Right.
Ain't nobody else gonna lead you to victory except us, man. And I just want you to know to be on the right side, because I know who I'm riding for. I'm riding for Christ, man. I'm riding for my brothers, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in the ISUPK, man. And we still serve brothers and sisters outside of ISUPK that don't know the truth, that's weak, man. But get into this truth. You ain't got to be weak for long. You got that?
Luke chapter 14, verse 16. Then he said unto him, a certain man made a great supper and bade many.
So look, this is the same thing that we just read, right? I just want to let y'all know. Luke 14 and 16 is the same thing that we just read about the supper and about how people didn't want to come to the wedding, you understand, and things like that. So this is the same thing.
And sent, verse 17, and sent his servant at supper time to say, to say to them that were bidden, come.
Hold on, now slow down, Baba Kashan. Yeah, slow down, please.
For all things are now ready. And they all with one consent began to make excuse.
Hold on. So you got to realize this is the same story as the other one.
Right.
You feel me? So now it's going to be in the same spots. They made excuse. Who made the excuse?
The Sadducees and Pharisees.
Okay, go ahead.
So with Luke's account versus Matthew's account, it's the same story. So is it just that Yahushua didn't use the same metaphor, the same parable over and over again? He used different parables.
It's just a different scenery. Different eyes. Different eyes witness
as far as
what was going on.
So in other words, so it's the same story, but this wasn't.
Yeah, it's the same story. Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying is when Yahushua spoke these parables, these were at two different groups of people, correct? Like I'm understanding that what you're saying correctly, right? So there's Matthew's account, then Luke's account,
right? Which
is the same story, but it's told differently.
Yeah.
Are you saying with different eyes, as in Luke interpreted, or is just saying the story different,
right?
Or that Yahushua said the same thing, but two different ways on two different separate accounts?
We're gonna get into that, right? So look, boom, let's get into that. So yeah, basically, yeah, two different, not two different accounts, but the same. Like, okay, if you tell a story and I tell a story, it's gonna be a little different. but not too much of a difference, right? Go ahead.
Well, so like, okay, but this isn't read. So what you're saying is, if I'm telling you a story, that's this is the same exact story though. It's not fabricated or nothing. What the next person, what Luke is saying, is not fabricated. So that's what I'm saying. Let's read this real quick. Okay.
Let's read this. It's not different. It's not different at all. Actually, Luke make it more clearer than what Christ is making it. So we're gonna read. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 18. And they all with one consent began to make excuse. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground.
Hold up. They all said one in consent with one excuse. So boom. In Christ's parable, it didn't happen like that. It didn't say it like that. You feel me? So what I'm trying to tell you is Luke is making it more clearer to you. Go ahead.
Salakia, sir. Well, what he's saying is they always told us that if it's written in red, it means Yahweh Shai is saying. So both the one being read in Matthew is in red, and the one being read in Luke is in red.
Right.
But they're saying different things.
They're not saying different things.
No. I mean,
go ahead.
It's not worded exactly like it was. It's talking about the wedding. So Matthew is allowing what Yahweh Shah said. He's allowing it from his memory, and then Luke is allowing it from his memory. Is that why the story, the basis of the story is the same, but the wording is different?
The word is different because it is two different people that witness the same
right.
thing. But yeah, no sweat.
All right, so like it, but my thing is one account said a wedding versus the second, the Luke account says a dinner. And that's why that's what he was having. That's what Christ was having, right? Because he said, my ox is ready. So he was having that. That's Christ is speaking in parables. Of parables. Okay. And then Luke is speaking into, because you got to understand, Matthew and Luke, they share the same journey. Right.
They share the same journey, y'all. But hold on. Just like you can find when Christ called the woman a bitch, you can find that in Luke too. Right. But it was a different story. It was a more in-depth story. It was more detailed than the other. But that doesn't mean that it was different. But if we hold on, we're doing class though, so let's keep on going on. All right. So go ahead. Where was I at, sir? Let's get 14, 16. And what time we got? Yo?
8:12, sir. All right. Verse 17. And sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready. And they all with one consent began to make excuse. The first one said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must needs go and see it.
So the Christianity making an excuse. Sadducees and Pharisees is making an excuse. I got land. You ain't got no land. You don't know what I'm dealing with. I got land. I gotta deal with. I gotta go till to it. I gotta go put some seeds in it. That's what they doing right now. That's exactly what they're doing right now. And not caring to what you have to do with America and how you stuck in America and they trying to put you out your housings and things like that and don't give a damn about what you going through. Yeah, I get my point. Like, it's the same thing that's going on right now. This Christ talked about this 4,000 years ago. Christ talked about this 4,000 years ago. Go ahead.
Oh, God.
Go ahead. Yeah, keep reading.
I pray thee have me excused.
I pray that you have me excused for some bull crap. Go ahead.
And another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I have bought what you call it? He bought oxen, man. He bought cows, sheep, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the hell he wanted to buy to go tend. He got to go tend to that. He can't go help people on the street. He can't go on Saturday and go teach. You feel me? That's what he can't go do. Y'all work too much. He can't go do that. He got other shit to handle. You feel me? You won't know who you are. If you say, I gotta go handle this, I gotta go handle that, I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that. If you don't sacrifice for this family, then you are not of this family, man. Right.
Go ahead. Do y'all understand that? What do y'all understand that this is literally talking about today now? It's not just talking about back then, it's talking about here too.
Okay.
You got to bring it together. Go ahead.
I pray thee have me excused.
I pray you have me excused. I please, can I be excused from this? I got a good job. I can't lose it. We're gonna make that judgment for you. Holler at your brothers above you. You understand? Go ahead.
And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come.
I have married. What did that sound like? Explain that to me. All right, please. What did that say? What did that mean?
I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come.
What did that mean?
He's trying to put his duties to his wife and basically first before he's put his wife first before.
Yep. Wife for what?
His rib is at home to play with by going to campus, so he ain't gonna work.
All right. I like that. His rib is playing at home, going to camp, or you know what I'm saying, doing a Lord business, because we all, you know what I'm saying. He ain't want to go because he's saying that he got some things that he got to finish at home. He got his kids at home too. He got to teach his kids. His kids ain't seen them in a minute. Goodness. I don't go see my cats. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, go out quickly.
He said to his what?
Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant.
He said he was angry towards another person, and then he said to the servants to do what?
Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor and the maids, and the halt and the blind. And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded.
It is done. He said to the servants, which is the lower part of the goddamn people that was supposed to be in charge of us, man. You understand? Then I'm gonna break it down again. Hold on. Read it again. I don't think I understand what's going on and who we are. You don't know who you are. All right, come on. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it closer. Come on.
You want 21 again?
Yeah, please.
Verse 21.
Come on.
So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor, and the maimed, and the halt, and the blind. And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded.
Man, this brother was so humble, man. He said, I'm going to do it. As you commanded, I'm going to do it. That brother was so humble. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And yet there is room.
And yet there is room. There's more room than there's never been before. Because Christianity making like there ain't enough room for them and you to share, you know what I'm saying, they see which it is. They could have had the hood out a whole bunch. They did not. You know what I'm saying? They did not. They put $6 million in the houses and things like that and never helped the fucking poor. Titty Jakes, you sure you need $1,000 a shirt? You need to put $1,000 on your shoes, and the people that come see you. You know how many times my grandmother and my mother got played by these preachers that got millions of dollars? It's a shame,
Right.
But these are the same people that only care about money, and they oxen, and then bring the people in to the marriage.
Right.
Get the point? Go ahead.
Now the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you, that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper.
None of the ones that was bidden. Who was the one that was bidden?
The Sadducees and Pharisees.
Good night. And they ain't gonna taste of the supper. Who's gonna taste of the supper though?
The priests and prophets of the ISUPK.
The ones that came and told the other people to come in, and then we are the ones that were telling the people to come in.
Right.
We was a good and a bad. You feel me? Go ahead.
So the ones with the original invite, was that also supposed to be like an extended invite as well, where the servants went out to invite the original ones that were bidden, and then once they got the invite, were they supposed to invite everybody else in the byways?
No, they wasn't.
Streets?
The original people that was bidden is the Sadducees and Pharisees, the leaders.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. They were bidden first, but it was their responsibility to, once they got the invite.
They came later, basically. They came later and tried to get in, but the Lord's like, nah, I don't know you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So yes, sir. I mean,
we might have to get this off camera because I do got to finish this topic. Yeah, go ahead.
When the Sadducees and Pharisees were invited, they would be the priests and the preachers and the stuff today. Weren't they supposed to bring in their congregation? Yeah.
The bidding was the leaders.
So T.D. Jakes, you need to explain to
your
church members that you need to come on and go.
But what you got to realize is that they ain't even supposed to be Christian. They supposed to already know the law, such commandments. That's the whole point of the whole thing. Why Christ is talking about it 4,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, T.D. Jakes and them, they was here. They the Sadducees and Pharisees, right? Was back when Christ was talking about. That's a good point. You bring that out. They was the ones with Christ going against Christ and trying to catch him up, and had everybody following him. The Sadducees and Pharisees was the main religions, and everybody was following them. They wasn't following Christ. Now, who is following Christ and who is following Christianity and Muslims? The majority of the people is following them people, right? The Sadducees and Pharisees. And who was following Christ? A little bit people. ISUPK. You understand? ISUPK. It gets deep. If you get it, you're going to get it, and then it's going to open your mind up to a whole bunch of things that you need to know, which is, you know what I'm saying, don't be scared of death, man. I remember I was scared of death at one point. I was like, damn, I don't want to die. I was like, man, I'm going to come back, though. Hold on, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be back better than ever too, with a new family, with a brand new family. You understand?
Ain't no more backache.
Yeah, ain't no more backache. Ain't no more none of that. You understand? So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. When I found, and then I realized that I realized that I was gonna be back on Earth. Ooh, wee, man. But all right, any more questions on that? So y'all get that point. Tell me if y'all understand something, please, because you know what I'm saying. I ain't great like Comanche and Hana and Muhammad, but you know what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm saying. So please, if you don't know what I'm saying, let me know. All right. So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Bubba Show. Go to Matthew 8 and 5.
The book of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 5. And when Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of palsy, grievously tormented.
This is Matthew 8 and 5?
Matthew 8 and 5, okay?
Go ahead, yep.
And saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of palsy, grievously tormented.
Yep.
And Jesus said unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth. And to another, come, and he cometh. And to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. When Jesus heard it, he marveled.
Yeah, man. It was fruit things that the Lord marveled at, man. His brother was real humble, man.
And said to them that followed, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith. No, not in Israel.
Not in Israel. Go ahead.
And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Right. So, like, you got to realize that the children of Israel are going to be with, you know what I'm saying, the people that's cast out from the east and the west is going to come in. Right? You got to stick with me. The people that's from the east and the west is going to do what? Look in there, Bubba Shop. Look in there.
You're going to sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And then what else?
In the kingdom of heaven.
And then what else?
But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into
exactly. Who is the kingdom of? The people that was bidden to the wedding. The people that was in charge is going to be cast out, and the people that was not with the truth at first is going to be brought in, which is us. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But so when it's saying that many shall come from the east and west, is that not referring to, so like basically using Jerusalem as a central location? And so it's saying that everyone from all around us is going to come, is going to come and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, basically with us.
Not. It's going to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Not just sit down with, Abraham literally. It's talking about because who made the law, statutes, and commandments? Abraham. Not made, but like who was given it? Abraham. Then Isaac was given the promise, and then Isaac was given Jacob, and it made Jacob and that was the 12 tribes.
All right, so like I'm just having a hard time because like when it starts off, it says, "Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel." So the great faith was not found it was not found in Israel.
No, he's saying that basically, out of all these years, like I didn't see nothing good out of Israel, but you was a humble man. He was a humble man. He was a good guy. He was a good person. He was a, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so okay.
Yeah, he basically said he was a humble man.
See,
Let's read on real quick, and then we can talk about it later, all right? Over the system made. All right.
Okay.
So go ahead.
But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Once
again, when you read this story on, you know what I'm saying, you're going to realize that these people are the ones that was supposed to be chosen. You know what I'm saying? And now they're not, because we came out of where? The east and the west, everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Kind of like bastard children, damn near. And we came in and made it righteous. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord told us now. Now he ain't choosing the people that are supposed to be a leader for this nation. Because you got to realize he done away with all the Sadducees and Pharisees. He killed them off. Now ain't no more.
Okay.
Now we growing up. The same people that was with the Sadducees and Pharisees and speaking against them is us. You the people that's on the corner, and then the other people coming up against and be like, all right, that's not true. God loves everybody. God loves everybody. And you proven in the Bible, just like Christ done in the Bible, that he don't love everybody. He don't love everybody. You proven that. That's the same thing that Christ went through too. That's why Christ said, you ain't went through nothing that I ain't went through. You get my point? You don't, you know what I'm saying? Holla at me. But where we at?
Verse 13.
Verse 13?
Okay.
Oh, Matthew?
Okay. 8 and 13.
8 and 13?
Okay.
Go ahead.
And Jesus said unto the centurion, go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. and his servant was healed in the selfsame hour.
All right, no sweat. Go to Matthew 23 and 29.
The book of Matthew.
23 and 31, Bible John.
23 and 31?
Yeah, please.
The book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 31. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves, that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
Yeah, and you're going to be a witness, man. So how do you know you the witness if you killed the prophets? If we know the truth, right?
Okay.
We know that we serve Christ. Who goes against Christ right now to this day? Go ahead.
I mean, the whole world, everything outside of the ISUPK.
Be specific, because you balance somebody. You balance somebody, and they something. You don't know who they is. They might not said it yet, but they Christians. They're gonna come up against you. They're gonna be Christian, and they're gonna say something against you. And these are the same people that came up against Christ. Because read on. Read it again.
Wherefore ye be witness unto yourselves, that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers, ye serpents, ye generation of vipers.
Generations of vipers, because you are who your father is. Generations of vipers, liars. Go ahead.
How can ye escape the damnation of hell?
How can you escape the damnation of hell? How are you going to escape what the Lord going to bring to you because you did all this wickedness on this earth? And this is talking about black people. You thought they was talking about the oppressor? No, this is talking about leaders. Our leaders that are snakes, that are vipers. Read it again. Bible Geshad.
Ye serpents.
You serpents.
Ye generation of vipers.
Generation of vipers, because the same people back then is the same people now. Is snakes. Generations of vipers. Generations of snakes. Of what they was doing to us, man. They was doing bogus things to us, man. Like they was smelling us up the river. They were doing anything they want to do. Just like now, right now, they putting us out of the ghettos. They putting us out of housing, and they put. Do you know how the Bronx and DC chocolate was overcome? Because of preachers. It wasn't because of people bought into that. It's because people listen to their pastor, man. They have secret. Why you think the president meeting with a goddamn Christian church in the ghetto? Do you see that every year? I hope y'all see that every year, right?
Huh?
What happens, sis?
After they meet with them?
No, what I'm saying is, like, do you realize that Donald Trump was in a black Christian church,
right,
all
right.
black Christian church.
Right.
You know why? Why?
To basically deceive them for his benefit, for his own benefit.
Exactly, to deceive them, man, to be a snake. And then what do the pastor do? Because he ain't listen. He don't give a fuck about the goddamn, excuse my language, he don't give a damn about the, you know what I'm saying, the crowd. He talking to the pastor. The pastors is at these meetings that's trying to kick everybody out the goddamn ghetto to make America great and things like that. So when they do that, right, America is they gotta basically what they doing is, right, They in the Christian church, and they telling the Christian church, you should vote for this person, and they pass laws, and then guess what? A year later, everybody get kicked out of their house. That's a fact. Go ahead.
Except the pastor got a lot of money in his pocket.
Exactly, and then the pastor got a lot of money because he, you know what I'm saying, was dealing with that. You see what I'm saying? So he's selling the people out.
Yeah.
He's selling the people out. And that's what's going on right now. You can look this up. I can send you links and things like that so you can look this up personally and actually live when people are saying this, actually live and catching pastors in meetings and all this and that. You can see this. Because why is the hood getting bought out and white people getting brought in?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we don't have no gentrification, and then no one has nowhere to, and then we don't have nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So I'm done with that. What time we got?
22, sir.
Huh?
22, sir.
22?
8:40.
All right. So 20, right?
20 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so look, let's get Matthew 23. Let's get Matthew 23 and 35.
35.
Yeah.
Verse 35. That upon you may come all the righteous bloodshed from upon the earth. From the blood of righteous, Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachas, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth.
All right, let's cut it off right now. So look, boom. Listen, man, look. They killed who? Who they killed?
The prophets.
They killed the prophets, man. And then what the Lord said though?
That our house is left desolate.
Right, and it was left desolate at one point. When they killed all the prophets, it was left desolate. Go ahead.
I was just going to say we were left desolate because we killed all the true prophets and basically allowed, people like Creflo Dollar arise and begin like a reign of, Christianity and Muslim, because we made our own house desolate of our own prophets. And
not only that, because we're the same people that was around at the same time when they killed the prophets. So who was the prophets that they killed, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the same people, and they won't have to pay for it. You get my point? Like, they won't have to pay for the same people that they killed back in the day. They kids is gonna have to pay for them. Go ahead.
For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord.
Right, man. Like, once again, we're gonna end up with that too. So, because we got to realize that the same people that we went into slavery with is the same people that hang around us right now. You know what I'm saying? The same generation. Same generation, man. Iraq, you ain't no different. Like, I don't know if I met you, but at the end of the day, you was here while I was here. You get my point?
Kind of what kind?
You get my point? So that's what it was, man. And regeneration is real, and reincarnation is real. And what we're going to do is bring a part 2 to it too as well, right? We're going to bring about how Christ was born and how many times that he was here on earth and things like that. So with that being said, shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabbat Barak Atah to all my brothers, and shalom. Yahweh Shemar Atah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabbat to my sisters.